What is going on, guys? Welcome to the second annual Twitter League draft for NBA 2K. If you this is your first time tuning in, we already had a first draft of 61 rookies get drafted on day 1, and on day 2 we simulated the first season with the Hawks winning the finals and Trae Young winning MVP and Kyle Hood winning Rookie of the Year. I'll take a look at the league history real quick. I can't press his player page, but yeah, Kyle Hood of the San Antonio Spurs wins Rookie of the Year. But it is 11 o'clock Eastern time, so we'll start with the draft process. So first, the draft lottery. Bulls, Cavs, and Knicks looking like they could snag one of the top 3 picks. Best chances to do so. As expected, Thunder land the 14th pick, traded from their in-state rival Houston Rockets. Warriors get the 13th pick via Minnesota. Magic get the pick. Celtics, as expected, get number 11. Don't think anyone's moved up yet. Hornets at 10, land exactly what they're supposed to get. Number 9 goes to the Detroit Pistons, who had a couple of our rookies on their team last year. Jazz get the 8th pick. Kings get the 7th pick. I believe, did I say the Wizards? Yeah, Wizards are moving up into the top 3. Clippers get the 6th pick. And the Warriors also move up. So I believe, I don't know who it's going to be. The Knicks? The Wizards get the 4th pick. I have trouble following how this works. The Wizards get number 4. Warriors are in the top 3, and they get number 3. And the New York Knicks get number 2. Apparently, I confused the Thunder and the Mavericks for a second. They're not in the same state. Correct. And the Bulls land number 1 overall pick, as we expected. And here's the rest of the draft. The Hawks getting the 30th pick because they won the NBA title. And yeah, let's get into it. So I'll skip through here and go to the combine. So here are all of our rookies that you guys created. There are 60 of them this year, and then a bunch of Antoine Harveys who are bad. So everyone should get drafted unless the computer decides to draft one of the bad players. Fastest sprint went to Jake Cantrell, who I believe had a faster time than anyone did last year. Cantrell went to BYU. I did change up the colleges this year, so not everyone went to Central Arkansas, but there were still a couple people there. 7-foot center with a 2:99 3/4 court sprint. Very interesting. He also had the fastest lane agility time. Highest vertical went to Ryan White along with a bunch of other guys, but Ryan White, I believe, is projected to go in the top few picks out of Arkansas. Pine Bluff shooting guard / point guard. Bench press, a few guys here. Marco Finocchi, Josh Ezra, No Joe Eastern, Brad Wick, Matt KREPP, and Rob Bacon all bench 30. Standing 15-foot jump shot, Zooks Gadsby hit 24 out of 25, and then a few others, a lot of others, hit at least 20. Moving 15-footer, Zooks Gadsby again hit 23 out of 25, No Joe Eastern 23 out of 25, Dick Mountain 21, and a few others up there as well. Standing college 3, Justino Pasolacqua, I believe is how you say his name, out of Fresno State. Power forward hit 21, as well as Hunter COLLACHIA, who was the leading scorer in college basketball last year, averaging 33.5 points per game, and also Jabba Malski. Moving college 3, Jablonski hit 21 out of 25. COLLACHIA hit 20, Raleigh hit 20, Pasolacqua hit 19, as well as KANYE East. And then an Antoine Harvey hit 17, very interesting. Standing NBA 3, Mark Cross hit 23 out of 25, as well as Guts Grigsby, Bilbo Baggins, and Marco Finocchi. Big Moses hit 22, as well as Mark Golis, Rick McLightning, and Mello Meadows. And moving NBA 3, Joe Melski hit 22 out of 25. So he almost hit 20 from all 4 of the 3-point scenarios. And Devin Fink hitting 21 at both standing and moving. Same with Mellows hitting 22, 21, and Grigsby 23 and 21. So that's it for the combine. I'm gonna go. Did I skip through that? All right. So I'm gonna go check out some of the prospects a little bit more in depth right now before the draft started, like I did last time. So we'll go to the prospect scouting. So I'm just sorting here by the draft projection from NBA.com. We'll go with DeMarco Johnson, sharpshooter out of Colorado, #1. Yolmer Sanchez, point guard, Cornell. James Laverty, center out of Texas Southern. The glass cleaner, Ethan Rowley, a stretch 4 out of Elon. KANYE East, sharpshooter out of Texas San Antonio, averaged 31 a game last year. Justino Pasalacqua, stretch 4 out of Fresno State. Saucy McLegend, the glass cleaning lockdown out of El Salvador. Hunter Colachia, Bucknell, shooting guard, sharpshooter. Huncho Webb, the deep range shot creator from Loyola, Chicago. Jalomowski, the sharpshooter out of Arkansas State. Rod Bacon, the glass cleaning lockdown out of Birmingham Southern. Connor Turner, 3-point playmaker out of Boston College. Tyler Appleyard out of Belgium, averaged 31 a game out there. Rick McLightning, the 3-point specialist out of Hampton. Hoss Keegan, a 2-way stretch 4 out of Fordham. Ryan White, a 3-and-D guard, who I really like, from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Wally Huron, the stretch glass cleaner out of Cal State Bakersfield. Daniel KRUSCHKE, 3-point specialist out of Wright State. Timothy McCree, glass cleaner from UIndy. Ellington Gunderson, the 3-point facilitator out of UC Santa Cruz, averaged 31 points per game out there. Chowking, is that how you say it? Chowking Diamantopoulos is how I'll pronounce that. He's an inside-out scorer out of Bryant University, or University of Bryant, I don't know. Sauce Boss, the rim protector from Kansas, averaged 5 blocks a game in the Big 12 at a power forward. Guts Grigsby, shooting guard, 3-point specialist out of Arkansas State. Dylan Newkirk out of Birmingham Southern, inside-out scorer. Jake Cantrell, stretch 5 from BYU, averaged 25, 10, and 4 assists. Brad Wick, paint defender out of Idaho State. Didn't shoot too well last year, but he did average 6 blocks per game at Idaho State, whatever conference they're in. Donkey Teeth, the 3-and-D guard, another Belgium player, averaged 27 points and shot 48% from 3. Nojel Eastern, small forward out of Purdue University, averaged 28, 8, and 5. Finesse finisher. P-Town, mid-range specialist from Canisius College. Is it Canisius College? Canisius University, averaged 26 and 10. Power forward center. Slade Bolander, deep-range shot-creating point guard, shooting guard out of the City College of New York. Abe Ryan, the deep-range shot creator from Belmont, averaged 29 a game as a shooting guard. Mike Trout, who's been all over a lot of different draft boards. I saw him in the top 5 in a couple, and then he's pretty low on this one, I believe. Glass cleaning finisher from New Jersey Institute of Technology, averaged 17 points, and I believe second most in college basketball, 19 rebounds per game, and also 4 blocks per game. Mark Golis, 3-point facilitating point guard from University of Arkansas. Dylan O'Connor, interior force power forward out of Augsburg, Minnesota, averaged 25 and 14 over there. Lawrence Moten, the France prospect, averaged 29, 8, and 5 as an inside-out scorer. Pullen Happ, 3-point specialist, shot 55% from 3 at South Carolina, averaged 24, 6, and 6. Devin Fink, the inside-out scoring point guard, shooting guard out of Dartmouth, averaged 27 points and 11 assists, and shot 53% from 3 in the Ivy League. Mark Cross, a stretch 5, averaged 26, 11, and 4 in Estonia. Zach Heber, a small forward, inside-out scorer from Nevada, averaged 31 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and shot 53% from the field and 57% from 3, and only missed a few free throws on the year. JONO LAVERY, rim-protecting center, averaged 6.4 blocks per game at Barton County Community College. Interesting. And also averaged 23 points and 16 rebounds. Marco Finocchi, shooting guard, inside-out scorer out of Arizona State University. In the Pac-12, he averaged 25 points, 5.5 rebounds, 6 assists, and a couple steals. Shot pretty well from deep. Thomas McKinney, small forward, inside-out scorer out of Boise State, averaged 32 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and shot 50% from 3. Pat Heaterman, facilitating finisher from Chile, averaged 19 points a game and 17.5 assists per game in South America. Henry Aaron, center from Wright State, 18 points per game, 17 rebounds per game as a glass cleaning finisher. Chris Campbell, small forward out of Virginia Tech, averaged 26, 7, and 4. Shot pretty well from deep as a 3-and-D wing. Bilbo Baggins, a two-way, 3-point shot creator from Elon, shooting guard, shot 50% from 3 on the year. Josh Ezreal, the perimeter lockdown point guard out of Northwestern University, averaged 16 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 steals per game in the Big Ten Conference, but only shot 37% from the field. Matt KREPP, center, glass cleaning lockdown out of the City College of New York, the second prospect from the Division III school out east, averaged 19 points, 18 rebounds, and only shot 42% from the field. Ray Benson from Cal Poly averaged 17 points and nearly 17 assists as a facilitating finisher point guard. Justin CLAW, the inside-out scorer, small forward out of the University of Central Florida, averaged 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, and shot 49% from 3. Felipe Lopez, athletic finisher shooting guard out of Winthrop, averaged 25, 9, 6 points, 6 assists, 4 steals, and 3 blocks, possibly the best defensive player in college basketball all year, getting both the steals and blocks. Dylan Philpott, also from the City College of New York, the third NBA prospect from the D3 school, averaged 20 points, 6 rebounds, and nearly 10 assists per game. Swagalicious Trev, the 3-point specialist, small forward, hit 48% of his threes in Canada last year. We've seen some successful NBA players come from up north recently. Mello Meadows, stretch playmaking center from Cal State Fullerton, averaged 24 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. And then, I don't know why Antoine Harvey's up here. He's just a default guy. And then Zooks Gadsby, the rim-protecting center from West Virginia, averaged 25 and 14 in the Big 12. Big Moses, 3-point specialist, small forward from Tennessee Martin, UT Martin, shot 49% from 3, only 60% from the line. Asa Gallagher, perimeter lockdown shooting guard, did not have a great offensive year, only averaging 14 points a game, but did get 3 steals and nearly 3 blocks per game. Another Antoine Harvey over here. Dick Mountain, the center from Alcorn State. He's an interior finisher, averaged 27 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks per game. Poop Sauce, the 3-point specialist out of Indiana University, averaged 23 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block a game in the Big Ten, shooting nearly 50% from 3. Colin Scott, shooting guard out of Furman, finesse finisher, averaged 26 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks a game, stuffing the stat sheet. And then I believe that's it with the creator players. So if you didn't see your name on there, you either were drafted in the first draft or you'll be drafted in the third draft if you sent me a Venmo $1. You'll probably be in the third draft if you didn't see yourself, and you didn't see yourself in the first one either. Also, these I saw some comments. The listed height and listed weights might not be exactly they might not be exactly the ones that were I'm trying to think, that were assigned to each position because the listed heights and listed weights are kind of, like, I guess they're not actually 100% accurate when you go look at guys' heights and weights. But I did see someone that might have been messed up. Someone said, who was it? 7 foot, 190. Oh yeah, Dick Mountain. I'll fix his weight. Actually, I can do this right now. No, I can't. I'll fix his weight after the draft. Is Charlie Keogh tomorrow? I actually took Charlie Keogh out of the draft because you're not allowed to submit 2 players, and I saw that you had submitted a second one, so I took him out for now, but maybe later down the road I'll allow creation of a second player, so sorry about that. I commented on your Venmo and gave you the $1 back, though. So yeah, those are the 60 players that will be in the draft today. And yeah, so the pre-draft workout we'll skip over. We'll go over here. I'm going to actually go back to the, go look at some college numbers real quick to see who the leaders were. So, Hunter COLLACHIA out of Bucknell averaged 34 points per game, leading all scorers with Thomas McKinney, KANYE East, Shao King, Diamantopoulos, and Zach HEBER rounding out the top 5. Rob Bacon from Birmingham Southern averaged 19 rebounds per game to lead the country. Mike Trout, Matt KREPP, James Laverty, and Jimothy McCree with the next 4. Oh, sorry, he's your little brother? Okay, I can add him back. If you would have told me that, I would have kept him. So I'll put him in the next one. Sorry about that. Pat Heaterman averaged 17 points, 7 rebounds, 17 assists to lead the nation, with Benson out of Cal Poly second. And then, for some reason, Antoine Harvey finishing 3rd. Blocks per game, JONO LAVERY out of Barton County Community College led the country with Brad Wick, Zooks Gadsby, Antoine Harvey, and Sauce Boss rounding out the top 5. And then Felipe Lopez, Josh Ezreal, Asai Gallagher, Donkey Teeth, and Ryan White finishing in the top 5 in steals per game. All right, on to the draft. Adam Silver welcomes us to the NBA draft, where the Bulls are picking number 1 overall. Drum roll, please. The number 1 overall pick, KANYE East, the 6'8" small forward out of Texas, San Antonio. He showed tremendous quickness with the fastest time in the lane agility drill at the draft combine. The New York Knicks, with the 2nd pick, select DeMarco Johnson, shooting guard, 6'5", out of University of Colorado, or Colorado University, not sure which one it is. This is about where we expected Johnson to get drafted. He's without a doubt a first-round talent and a player that Knicks fans will grow to love once they see what he can do. The Warriors, with the number 3 overall pick, had a disappointing year last year despite having Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Andrew Wiggins all on the team. Select Ethan Raleigh, the 6'10" power forward, who I believe is the best player in the draft, at number 3 overall. Of the players that appeared at the draft combine, Raleigh had the single fastest 3/4 court sprint at 3:48 seconds. Number 4 overall pick, the Washington Wizards select from El Salvador. 7 foot, 250 center, isn't the fastest player or the strongest player or the best shooter, but he is very well-rounded, good enough to catch the attention of the NBA scouts. I think this is a good spot for him in the first round, says analyst Austin McNulligan for your number 4 overall selection. The Cavaliers, number 5, select center Brad Wick out of Idaho State. Wick is going to fill a need for the Cavaliers. I think there will still be better players available, but you can't fault them for plugging in a hole. So now let's go look at the draft summary like we will after each of the 5 picks. KANYE East, an 85 overall, which is great value at the number 1 overall pick, average 31, 8, and 5 in college. But we're going to go look at the scouting report. His ceiling, according to the scouting here, is Adrian Dantley, with his floor being Andrew Wiggins. The best outside shooter in the draft, raw talent to be a contributor in the NBA right away, and keen sense of knowing what to do with the ball and when to do it. However, not great around the rim, and he does not get a lot of steals. DeMarco Johnson gets a ceiling of DeMar DeRozan and a floor of Jamal Crawford. Great jump shooter, Wide open threes are on. Wide open looks for three are money. Should be an all-star someday, probably sooner, and a great ball handler. However, not a great finisher at the rim. Number 3, Ethan Rowley, the 85 overall power forward, gets a Chris Bosh, LaFonso Ellis comparison duo. He looks to have one of the highest upsides in the draft, and he's one of the best outside shooters in the draft, and is a great mid-range shooter. However, doesn't get a lot of steals or a lot of blocks at the 4. Saucy McLegend out of El Salvador gets compared to Zydrunas Ilgauskas and Rafe LaFrance. Boxes out well. Could be very useful right away in his rookie year, and he's very intimidating. However, does not get a lot of shot blocks, even though he is intimidating, and he does not get a lot of steals. We saw that scouting report a lot last draft, with scouts critical about players' ability to get steals. Number 5, center Brad Wick out of Idaho State. Also gets Ilgauskas as a ceiling, but Nikola Vucevic adds a floor. Can contribute right away. Knows what to do when to get big stops, and could be an NBA superstar. However, doesn't get a lot of steals. Back to the draft. The Clippers, with the number 6 overall pick, select Yolmer Sanchez, the 6'3" point guard out of Cornell. A number of people in the media suggested that Sanchez could be a second-round talent, but Sean Devaney disagrees. The Clippers are getting great value, in his opinion. Number 7, the Sacramento Kings select power forward Justino Pasolacqua, the 6'10", 230-pound power forward out of Fresno State. He led all players in the draft combine at shooting the college 3, making 40 out of 50. No surprise he was drafted this high. The Jazz at number 8 select Huncho Ev out of Loyola, Illinois. Point guard, fan favorite for his relentless willingness to sacrifice his body for loose balls. Ev will instantly become a fan favorite to Jazz fans as well if he keeps it up. At number 9, the Pistons select Jabba Mowski out of Arkansas State. Jabba Mowski, small forward, 220 pounds, showed his range at the draft combine, making more college threes than any other small forward. At number 10, the Hornets select Ryan White, shooting guard from Arkansas Pine Bluff. The head coach recently came out and called White the most coachable player he's ever coached, which is very high praise from a man with such a long history, such as Arkansas Pine Bluff's head coach. Back to the draft summary to take a look at the most recently drafted guys. We see a range from 78 to 84. Yolmer Sanchez at an 80 gets compared to Terrell Brandon and Jose Calderon. However, he does have some rough spots, but he's a solid player overall. He's a keen sense of knowing what to do with the ball and when to do it, and he looks to have one of the highest upsides in the draft. However, not great around the rim, the point guard out of Cornell. Justino Pasolacqua, 84 overall power forward out of Fresno State, gets compared to Chris Bosh, LaFonso Ellis. Can help out nicely right away. No questions at all about his strength. He looks like Superman, and he could become a star in this league. However, doesn't get shot blocks or steals. Huncho Ev, point guard at number 8, only a 78 overall. Could be one of the lower ones selected in the entire first round. The Jazz, point guard, gets compared to Terrell Brandon and Jose Calderon. Great playmaker, and could be very useful right away in the right system, and could be the next big superstar. However, he is a poor finisher and will get his shots blocked a lot. Jabba Mowski, selected at number 9 overall, is an 83 overall. Gets compared to Adrian Danley and Andrew Wiggins, one of the best outside shooters in the draft. Very good at taking contact at drives because he's a ton of strength. And controls the low post pretty well as a small forward, which is nice. However, doesn't get steals and doesn't finish well around the rim. Ryan White, number 10, gets compared to Hersey Hawkins and Seth Curry. Marksman on the court, can hit any shot. Nice touch around the basket and solid body control. However, not a great finisher. Only a 79 overall. But for a guard, this says 80. That's a 79. But for a guard, that is one of the better ones in the draft because guards are getting consistently lower overalls than forwards and centers in this game. Back to the draft at number 11, the Boston Celtics select Joakim Diamantopoulos, the 6'8" small forward out of Bryant. Very heavily recruited by Bryant. Diamantopoulos went on to have a successful collegiate career. Now finds himself a first-round pick selected by the Celtics. Thank you, Zach Harper, for saying that. Number 12, the Magic select a trade to announce. Let's go, the first trade of the draft for Buddy Hield and a 2022 overall pick. So it looks like this will be the Kings pick instead, and Buddy Hield heads down to Florida. And the Kings select Matt KREPP, the first City College of New York prospect taken, 7-foot center. Was projected to go much higher than this. The Kings have to be pleased landing him here, which could be why they gave up a player such as Buddy Hield to land Matt KREPP. Could be the future for Sacramento. The Warriors, I believe this is their second pick of the draft, select Henry Aaron, 7-foot center out of Wright State. He might go by Hank. I'm not actually sure. We knew Henry Aaron was one of the best three-point shooters in the nation last year, and the Warriors scouts got a close look at him at the Combine, where he made more college threes than any other player at his position of center. At 14 overall, the Thunder select Wally Huron out of Cal State Bakersfield. He's a shoot first, shoot second player. He gets his ability to get a shot off is second to none in his draft class. And at number 15 overall, the Magic, another trade. This is their second trade, right? Well, didn't they make the other trade too? They trade the first-round pick for a 2023 first-round pick and DeMar DeRozan an 86 overall. So the Spurs will make the 15th overall pick, which is Dylan Newkirk, the point guard out of Birmingham Southern. Whenever Newkirk attacks an opposing defender, his moves have the confidence of someone who has practiced that move thousands of times. One very worth of this first-round selection. Back to the draft summary, look at the last 5 players drafted. Chowking Diamantopoulos gets Latrell Sprewell and Danilo Gallinari. Great shooter, great court vision, and great finishing ability. However, doesn't get steals and is not a great finisher in traffic. So he does have elite finishing ability, but he's a poor finisher through traffic because he can't really dunk, even though he's a small forward, power forward, 81 overall. Matt KREPP, who is traded up for by the Kings, gets Ilgauskas and Vucevic. Can shut down his man in the post, an intimidating presence, and boxes out well. However, not a great shot blocker, and he doesn't get a lot of steals. 81 overall pick, could help the Kings out immediately. The Warriors, Henry Aaron gets Ilgauskas and LaFrance. Great offensive rebounder. Terrific dunks. We could see him in the dunk contest next year. We did have 3 out of our 4 players in the dunk contest last year were rookies. He does have his rough spots, but he's a solid player overall. Not a great shot blocker. Doesn't get steals. He could be their starting center out of the gate. Wally Huron, 83 overall. Looks like a steal for the Thunder. Power forward gets compared to Chris Bosh, and Derek Favors. Not bad at all. Could be one of the best shooters in the draft, and a great offensive rebounder, which is an interesting combination. And he does have one of the highest upsides in the draft, according to the scouts. However, doesn't get steals or blocks, something we see a lot from these players. And 15th, the Spurs. Spurs traded up for 78 overall point guard. Dylan Newkirk gets compared to Goran Dragic and Jose Calderon. Great shooter, can make a lot of reads, and can contribute right away for any team. However, he is not a great finisher because he can't dunk. However, he is only 6'3", point guard, so I don't know if that'll be much of a concern for the rookie out of Birmingham Southern. Back to the draft. At number 16 overall, the Bucks select point guard Connor Turner, 6'3", 190. When I watch Turner's game, I see a work in progress with an enormous upside. I'll be following this kid to see how his game develops at the NBA level. Phoenix Suns at 17. Select Guts Grigsby, shooting guard out of Arkansas State. Grigsby showed tremendous NBA range during the draft combine, hitting more NBA threes than any other player. Tremendous range. At 18, the Pelicans select Hunter COLLACHIA. Believe he was the leading scorer in NCAA this past season. Proven scorer, yeah, he did lead with 33.5 points per game. The Pelicans have made some interesting draft picks, taking Dick Vitale last year and a couple other great dunkers who didn't end up making the team. But they do have an interesting young core. Number 19, for the Bulls' second pick, they take Tyler Appleyard, 6'8", small forward out of Belgium. There were many in the media that will see this as a surprise pick. Sekou Smith, though, is sold on Appleyard's upside and also what he can bring to the table in his rookie year. And number 20, the Sixers select P. Town, 6'10", power forward out of Canisius. With Al Ford having recently turned 35, this looks to be a pick made with an eye towards the future. Going back to the draft summary to look at the last 5 picks, Connor Turner, point guard, gets compared to Terrell Brandon, Jose Calderon. Gets the rim okay, really good at finishing when he does. Could be an NBA superstar and makes some great reads, however, not a great finisher in traffic. Guts Grigsby, 6'5", out of Arkansas State. Hersey Hawkins and Seth Curry comparisons. Can hit the 3 really well and knows where his teammates are at all times. Very balanced and can maneuver through traffic. However, doesn't really play above the rim. Hunter COLLACHIA, Pelicans, 82 overall shooting guard. Gets compared to DeMar DeRozan, Jamal Crawford. Ton of potential. Knows exactly what his teammates are thinking and is great with the mid-range. However, can't really dunk the ball. However, he's an 82 overall, which is great. And 83 overall, even better for Tyler Appleyard, which is the second best Bulls pick of the draft. They're going to have an interesting team next year, although they did trade Zach LaVine in the prior offseason during the draft. He gets compared to Adrian Dantley and Andrew Wiggins. His range is only limited by the size of the court. Elite finisher and can contribute right away. However, doesn't get steals and is not a great finisher. And lastly, at number 20, P-Town, power forward, 76ers, Chris Bosh, Derek Favors. Can hold his position in the paint and elite finishing ability and can contribute right away for the Sixers. However, not great at stealing the ball and isn't someone you can count on to get a block shot. Back to the draft. At number 21, the Brooklyn Nets select Mike Trout out of New Jersey Institute of Technology. Mike Trout, used to getting drafted in the 20s out of New Jersey. Mike Trout was a joy to watch last season at NJIT. Savvy, situational awareness, endless motor really set him apart from the rest of the pack. His upside remains in question. We know what happens when you question Mike Trout's upside, though, right? Toronto Raptors at number 22 overall. Abe Ryan, the shooting guard out of Belmont. Great pick according to Rob Mahoney. Can easily see Ryan being a solid contributor for the Raptors for the next decade at minimum. Portland Trailblazers at number 23 select Swagalicious Trev, 6'8", small forward out of Canada. I've never seen this kid play, and any media pundit out there who says he isn't telling the truth. You have to believe the Trailblazers have performed their due diligence on this guy. So I guess no one in the media has ventured all the way to Canada to watch Swagalicious Trev play. Number 24, the Nuggets select Donkey Teeth out of Belgium. 5-star All-American recruit out of high school. Teeth overcame injuries that delayed the start of his freshman season at Belgium. Okay. He is fully recovered and showing growth every game, and he is ready to go. At number 25, Houston Rockets select Daniel KRUSCHKE, 6'8", small forward out of Wright State. KRUSCHKE showed tremendous athleticism at the draft combine with a 44-inch vertical, the highest among all small forwards attending. The draft summary for the last 5 players, we got Mike Trout, 83 overall center from New Jersey Institute of Technology. Elgauskas and Vucevic comparison. Great post moves, or above average, I should say. Can hold his position in the paint against most defenders and can contribute right away for any team. However, not great at stealing the ball or blocking it. Abe Ryan, shooting guard to the Raptors, a 79 overall, gets compared to Hersey Hawkins and Seth Curry. Can get to the rim, but finishes when he does. Could be an NBA superstar and has good court vision. However, he is a poor finisher through traffic. So he needs to get to the rim, but if there's traffic, he can't do it because he can't dunk. Swagalicious Trev, 6'8", small forward, gets compared to Spiro Gallinari, deadly accurate jump shooter, dominates the low post, and could be a decent player in the league today. However, doesn't get steals and isn't a great finisher. Donkey Teeth, 79 overall to the Nuggets out of Belgium. I think he's the second guy from Belgium drafted this year. Gets compared to Hersey Hawkins and Seth Curry. Deadly accurate jump shooter. Should be an all-star someday and creative ball handling skills. However, doesn't reliably finish when he gets to the rim. And lastly, number 25, the Rockets select 81 overall small forward Daniel KRUSCHKE. I think it's pretty underdrafted. Spiro Gallinari comparison, solid finisher, one of the best pure shooters, and a solid low post defender. However, he isn't someone you can rely on to get any steals and can barely dunk despite being 6'8". At number 26, the Lakers select Thomas McKinney out of Boise State, small forward. It's about where Zach Harper expected McKinney to get drafted. Without a doubt, a first-round talent, and a player that Lakers fans will grow to love once they see what he can do. Number 27, the Knicks select center Jake Cantrell out of Brigham Young University. Drafting players by need can be a viable strategy in the NBA. Clearly looks like what the Knicks are doing here by drafting Jake Cantrell. Number 28, the Bucks select center Jimothy McCree from University of Indianapolis. McCree had the best rebound rate of any collegiate player last year. His ability to grab anything in sight is second to none. At number 29, the Celtics selected Dylan Philpott out of the City College of New York, probably the best D3 team in the history of the game, with 3 draft prospects on the team. Philpott is an absolutely gifted playmaker whose keen eye to create is the best I've seen in some time. At number 30, the Hawks select Big Moses out of Tennessee Martin, small forward, about where Rob Mahoney expected Moses to get drafted. Without a doubt, a first-round talent. Oh, obviously, he was a doubt first-round talent because he was drafted with the last pick, a player that Hawks fans will grow to love once they see what he can do. So let's go take a look at the draft summary for the last 5 picks of the first round. Thomas McKinney, 82 overall, small forward out of Boise State, gets Spruill Gallinari. Deadly accurate jump shooter, could be a decent player in the league today, should improve, and it's almost impossible to block his shot. However, not great at getting steals. Jake Cantrell, 78 overall center from BYU, gets compared to Brook Lopez and Raef LaFrentz. Has the potential to be a superstar, marks around the court, can hit any shot, and his solid body control, however, doesn't get steals or blocks. The Bucks select 81 overall center Jimothy McCree, gets Ilgauskas and Vucevic. Gobs of potential, could turn into a perennial all-star someday. Has a knack for knowing where to be on offense and always seems to know exactly what his teammates are thinking, however, doesn't get blocks or steals and may never. Dylan Philpott, shooting guard out of City College of New York, 78 overall, Hersey Hawkins, Seth Curry. Positions himself well on defense and is a very smart offensive player, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Could be a very useful player right away in the right system, but he's a poor finisher. Big Moses, 80 overall, with the last pick in the first round, gets Spruill Gallinari comparisons. Can contribute right away for any team, has future NBA superstar written all over him, and has great shooting range. However, not a great finisher, doesn't get steals. So that marks the end of the first round. The second round will be conducted by Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum. To the very enthusiastic fans here in attendance and the fans watching around the world, thank you very much for your support. Welcome to the second round. Let's continue to embrace the next generation of players into the NBA family. So the Bulls have the first overall pick in the second round, who've already drafted 2 solid players, and they take possibly a third in James Laverty, who I believe led the nation in blocks last year. Laverty is a self-made player who can be a solid role player for the Bulls. A nice selection at this point in the draft. Number 2, in the second round, the Pelicans select Rob Bacon, center, Birmingham Southern. Rob Bacon showed his rebounding prowess by pulling down 18.7 rebounds per game last season, best in the nation. 33 overall, 76ers take Nojel Eastern, 6'8", small forward out of Purdue. Proving himself to be the strongest player in the draft class, Eastern led all players at the draft combine by performing 30 reps in the bench press. At number 34, the Hornets select Zach Heber, 6'8", small forward out of Nevada. Zach Heber's wingspan of 6'10" is the longest of any small forward in the draft. This no doubt was a deciding factor for the Hornets. I think all the players have the same wingspan, actually. At number 35, the Utah Jazz select Cal Poly, point guard Ray Benson. Physical specimen, wingspan of 6'5" is the largest amongst point guards in this draft. I don't think that means anything, but we'll go to the draft summary and take a look at the second round picks. Laverty, 78 overall, Ilgauskas and LaFrentz. Tremendous leaping ability and very determined rebounder. Looks like he can contribute right away for any team, however, doesn't get many steals. Rob Bacon, the leading rebounder in college basketball, to the Pelicans. could compete with Dick Vitale for a starting center spot. Ilgauskas and LaFrance sealing in his floor. Potentially be the next big superstar, boxes out well, and seems to position himself well on defense. However, doesn't get a lot of blocks or steals. Sorry guys for talking so fast, but I'd rather get through this quicker rather than longer because I know you guys just want to see your player get picked or see your guys progress. But I do want to cover every player. Nogel Eastern out of Purdue, 6'8", small forward, gets compared to Spruwell and Gallinari. Great post-up player, great finisher, and he is very strong. However, doesn't get a lot of steals and doesn't really know what he wants to do when he gets to the rim. Number 4 is Zach Heber, 81 overall, gets compared to Spruwell and Gallinari. Solid post defender, serviceable player for years to come, and has a lot of upside. However, doesn't get a lot of steals and doesn't play well around the rim. Ray Benson, point guard out of Cal Poly, gets compared to Dragic and Calderon. A force at the rim as a point guard, using creative angles to finish. Has a knack for knowing where his players are at all times and could be serviceable for years to come. However, doesn't play above the rim, which hurts him on offense. All right, on the next 5 picks of the second round, the Atlanta Hawks select Ellington Gunderson to join their reigning champion squad from UC Santa Cruz. Very deserving player who was a star at UC Santa Cruz. Gunderson will have to fight hard to make the NBA roster. At number 37, the Pacers select Justin CLAW out of UCF, 6'8", small forward, an enigma who was often cited as the most talented prospect coming out of high school. CLAW has found his way onto an NBA roster after getting selected by the Pacers. At number 38, the Pelicans select Chris Campbell, 6'8", small forward out of Virginia Tech. Scouts fell in love with his can-do attitude and endless work ethic, fan favorite, but will need to step up his game to make it to the next level. The Knicks have the next 2 picks and select Asa Gallagher out of Wake Forest, shooting guard. Questionable work ethic, which is why he dropped to the second round, but he will try and prove the haters wrong. And the Knicks, for their second pick in a row, take Mark Cross, center from Estonia at 7'250". The next 5 picks in the second round, we got Ellington Gunderson, 78 overall, point guard. Dragic Calderon. He is a great stealer, it looks like, at taking away the rock. Solid finisher and one of the best pure shooters in the draft, however, can barely dunk. Justin CLAW, 81 overall, small forward. To the Nuggets, gets compared to Spruwell and Gallinari. Fantastic finisher, one of the best pure shooters, and fundamentally sound low post defender. However, isn't someone that you can rely on to get any steals and can barely dunk. Chris Campbell, 81 overall, small forward to the... Oh, that was the Pacers, not the Nuggets, my bad. So the Pelicans gets compared to Spruwell and Gallinari. Seems to be positioned himself well on defense, reliable scoring option when posted up, and nice touch around the basket. However, poor finisher and doesn't get a lot of steals. Asa Gallagher, a 75 overall, the lowest player we've seen get drafted so far to the Knicks. Not surprising the Knicks took him. Out of Wake Forest, Leandro Barbosa and Marco Bellinelli comparison. Looks like he can contribute right away for any team, and excellent at getting on-ball steals and a defensive stopper. However, he's a poor finisher through traffic. And Mark Cross, 78 overall, center, gets compared to Ilgauskas and LaFrance. Could be a star, could work out nicely, and can hit any shot on the court. However, it doesn't get blocks or steals. And number 41 overall. Oh, sorry. Sean Devaney likes this pick for the Knicks. The Kings at 41 select Pollen Happ, 6'5" shooting guard out of South Carolina. Happ had the fastest three-quarter court sprint time of any shooting guard at the draft combine. At number 42, the Timberwolves select Rick McLightning, 6'5", shooting guard out of Hampton. Rick McLightning showed at the draft combine that he has the best mid-range shot of any shooting guard in the draft. The Orlando Magic at 43 go with a point guard in Mark Gallis out of Arkansas. Gallis lacks, but he makes up for it with best-in-class basketball IQ. Watching him run Arkansas through the tournament, I was continually amazed with his decision-making. So I guess there was a march this year. Number 44, the Rockets select Sauce Boss, power forward from Kansas. Combine time aside, for my money, Sauce Boss is the fastest player in the draft, both with and without the ball. Pelicans, another pick at 45, select BILBO Baggins, shooting guard out of Elon. A leader for Elon last year, Baggins will face an uphill battle to prove that he belongs at the next level. Going to the draft summary, Paul Happ is a 78 overall with the Kings. Hersey Hawkins, Seth Curry, great court vision, can bury threes with deadly accuracy, and could be a serviceable player for years to come. However, doesn't play above the rim. Rick McLightning, 78 overall, 3-point specialist, gets compared to Hersey Hawkins and Curry as well. Great on-ball defender, could become a star, and is willing to make tough plays on defense. However, isn't great around the rim. Mark Gallis, 3-point facilitator, point guard out of Arkansas, should be at the top of anyone's board who needs playmaking. The Magic drafted him, okay. Should be a very useful player right away in the right system, and has the potential to be the next big superstar. However, he is a poor finisher. Sauce Boss, power forward to the Rockets, is a rim protector, incredible lower body strength, and defensive presence in the post, solid throughout, and can be counted on to score points with his back to the basket. However, he won't be someone that you can count on to strip the ball on defense. And number 15, the Pelicans select Bilbo Baggins, shooting guard out of Elon, gets compared to Barbosa and Curry. One of the best pure shooters in the draft. Lightning fast hands, creates headaches for the opposition, and guaranteed upper echelon shot creator at the next level. However, he can barely dunk. On the second half of the second round, the Nets have 2 picks in a row at 46 and 47, with their first pick being Hoss Keegan, the power forward out of Fordham. While Keegan performed generally well at the draft combine, scouts weren't impressed by his limited upside, which is the main reason he dropped to the second round. With their second pick in a row, the Nets select Pat Heaterman from Chile. A tremendous passer, Heaterman led all college players this year with 17.4 assists per game in South America. The Spurs, at number 48 overall, select Marco Finocchi out of Arizona State University. Finocchi recorded the highest vertical, 44 inches, at the draft combine among shooting guards in attendance. 76ers, at number 49, select Slade Bolander, the third prospect selected out of the City College of New York. Really like this pick for the 76ers. Scouts don't project him as a high-end NBA player, but what I saw from him at City College of New York this past season leads me to believe otherwise. And at number 50, the Thunder select Devin Fink, the 6'3" point guard out of Dartmouth. It's not as surprising to see Fink get drafted here after leaving the draft combine with more made NBA three-pointers than any other point guard. And here we go to the draft summary. So we got Hoss Keegan as an 81 overall power forward for the Nets, gets compared to LaMarcus Aldridge and Derek Favors. Definitely not bad for a second rounder. Great outside shooter and a great low post defender, and has one of the highest upsides in the draft. However, he's a below average shot blocker and doesn't get a lot of steals. Pat Heaterman, 77 overall point guard, facilitating finisher, gets compared to Dragic and Calderon, outstanding playmaker, and should be an all-star someday. However, and he has great ball handling skills. However, doesn't reliably finish at the rim. Finocchi from Arizona State, 6'5", shooting guard, inside-out scorer, jumps all the way out of the rim, elite vertical leap, and a great distributor, and he's a marksman on the court, can hit any shots with no significant weaknesses. Not bad. First player we've seen with no significant weaknesses, I believe. Slade Bolander, 77 overall point guard, a deep range shot creator out of City College of New York, gets Dragic and Felton. I think this guy is the best shot creator in the draft. Looks pretty smooth, generally speaking, and creative ball handling skills. However, doesn't reliably finish when he gets to the rim. And the Thunder at 20 select the Ivy Leaguer Devin Fink, gets compared to Eddie Johnson and Raymond Felton. Knows how to distribute the ball to his teammates regularly. A great dunker, tremendous finisher overall, and he likes to distribute, one of the better passers in the draft. However, and he does have no significant weaknesses. The second player in the last 5 picks we've seen. At number 51 overall, the Bulls, with like their 4th pick in the draft, select Dylan O'Connor out of Augsburg, Minnesota, 6'10", power forward. O'Connor is a player I would have taken in the back half of the first round. The Bulls have to be ecstatic to get him at this spot in the second round. They've had a few great selections. Look for the Bulls to be contending next year with their rookie class. The Nets at 52 select Poop Sauce out of Indiana University, 6'8", small forward, 220 pounds. Poop Sauce wowed the scouts at the draft combine, making more NBA distance three-pointers than any other small forward present. Should be a great fit with the Nets. At 53, the Grizzlies select Dick Mountain, 7-foot center out of Alcorn State. Once projected as high as the middle of the first round, Mountain will have to settle for starting his journey at the second round. Scouts question his mettle. This will certainly be a good test of that. The Kings at 54 select JONO Lavery, Bartow County Community College. Was he the leading shot blocker last year? He proved why he was the nation's best rim protector, at Barton Community College last year, averaging 6.4 blocks per game. Will be an immediate asset for the Kings. At 55 overall, the Warriors select Lawrence Moten, 6'8", small forward from France. Not a lot is known about Lawrence Moten, and the Warriors fans are understandably concerned about drafting such a mysterious player in the lottery. This is not the lottery. I don't know why he said lottery. GMs love those mysterious international players. All right, these last 5 picks. Dylan O'Connor, 80 overall power forward. Not a bad pick in the second round. Sharif Abdul-Rahim and Nikola Mirotic, serviceable player for years to come. Great rim protector and can score when post up. However, doesn't get a lot of steals. Poop Sauce, 6'8", small forward, gets compared to Spiro Gallinari. Pretty smooth on the court, creative ball handling skills, and a deadly accurate jump shot. However, doesn't get a lot of steals and is not a great finisher. Dick Mountain, 76 overall center to the Grizzlies, gets compared to Brook Lopez and Jason Smith. He has elite scoring ability with his back to the basket, outstanding vertical, and a tremendous upside. However, does not get a lot of steals. At number 24, JONO Lavery gets compared to Ilgauskas and LaFrance. Tremendous leaping ability, fully able to hold his position in the paint, and great upper body strength. However, doesn't get a lot of steals. And at number 25, inside-out score, out of France, gets compared to Spruill and Kent Bazemore. Gobs of potential, one of the best pure shooters in the draft, and a great dunker, tremendous finisher overall. However, doesn't get a lot of steals. This is an interesting pick. I kind of like him to develop in the future. And for the last 5 picks, we have at number 56 overall, or number 56 in the draft, the Pistons select Zooks Gadsby out of West Virginia, 7 foot, 250 pound. Absolute physical freak, is both the tallest player and the player with the longest wingspan in the draft. He's the kind of player that scouts salivate over. Number 57, the Pacers select Felipe Lopez out of Winthrop. A tremendous defensive asset. Lopez led the nation in steals last year, and Winthrop with 4.2 per game. 3 picks left, 3 guys, and a bunch of Antoine Harveys waiting to hear their name called. The Memphis Grizzlies select Josh Ezreal, point guard out of Northwestern University. An absolute pit bull, capital P, on the defensive end of the court. Ezreal is widely believed to be the best perimeter defender available. Congratulations, Josh. Number 59 overall with 2 players left. Colin Scott out of Furman, a shooting guard. To the Celtics, looking at the current Celtics roster, I'm not sure where Scott fits into that jigsaw puzzle. Expect he'll be spending some time in the G League this upcoming season to hone his craft. And lastly, the Nets. Will it be an Antoine Harvey, or will it be Mello Meadows, the 7-foot center out of Cal State Fullerton? Meadows showed his range at the draft combine, making more NBA three-pointers than any other center in attendance. Now let's go take a look at those last 5 players selected. We have Zooks Gadsby, 76 overall center, gets Lopez and Jason Smith comparisons. Great shot blocker. Could become a star and is an incredible leaper. Could play in a 12-foot hoop, however, doesn't get a lot of steals. Felipe Lopez, 77 overall. Shooting guard to the Pacers, gets compared to Barbosa and Curry. Knows how to distribute the ball to his teammates regularly. Great dunker and has gobs of potential and no significant weaknesses. Josh Ezreal, 75 overall point guard. Perimeter lockdown out of Northwestern, gets compared to Eddie Johnson and Raymond Felton. If properly utilized, can help out nicely right away. Looks like Superman. No questions at all about his strength, and a great on-ball defender that puts fear in the hearts of ball handlers because of his ability to steal. However, he lacks conviction around the rim. Colin Scott, 75 overall out of Furman, gets compared to Barbosa and Bellinelli. A force at the rim, has some good balance, and knows where his teammates are at all time. However, he doesn't play above the rim. And lastly, a 77 overall in a strong draft class to the Nets, Melo Meadows, 77 overall stretch playmaker, gets compared to Brook Lopez and Rafe LaFrance. Has his rough spots, but a solid player overall. Looks to be the best outside shooter in the draft. Outstanding passing fundamentals, but he does not get steals. That concludes the 2021 NBA draft. But this is not it for the stream. Rookie signing, I'll let it do itself, and it wants to decline Gunderson, so I'm sorry, Gunderson will be a free agent, but will probably get picked up by another team as a 78 overall. Yeah, I'll go back and look at these players at the end, don't worry. Team player options, I'll skip over, and we're going to go first to the player progression for all of you sophomores waiting to see how you guys are developing. Let's go take a look. But first, free agency takes a little while to sim over. Again, this is all automated, so even the Hawks, who I'm controlling right now, will be doing some stuff over free agency. So player progression, I'll go team by team here. The rookies are not affected by this, but the sophomores are. For the Hawks, Facetious Steve goes up to an 81 overall. Grayson Fritz also to an 81 overall. You can see what they're going up here. Big Moses was a rookie, I believe. So he's, oh, you can see your rookies here if you got drafted and also got held on the team. The Heat, see Gianso Field go up to an 85 overall. Tanner Carrot to an 82. Dylan Hiller rides to a 78. Is that it for them? I believe so. The Hornets, Kyle Chandler goes up to an 86 overall. Very nice for him. James Perkins to an 81. They drafted Ryan White this year, and that's all. The Jazz, see Hingelmer Kringleberry go up to an 84 overall. Hanjo Eva, recent draft pick, as well as James Laverty. And that's it for the Jazz. The Kings have Justino Pasalacqua as the third best player on their team already, even though he's a rookie. Gus Duggerton goes up to an 82 overall. They drafted Matt KREPP, and that's it. Oh, they got a couple Antoine Harvey sitting in the G League. I'm trying to get all these first names memorized, so I don't have to look at them. Brandon Giddles, 83 overall. Shooting guard goes up to an 83. Rowdy Minaya to an 83. Len Bias to an 81. They drafted DeMarco Johnson early in the draft. And they also have Jake Cantrell. The Lakers have Curry Puckett go up to an 81. They just drafted Thomas McKinney and Mark Golis. This guy's not a rookie. Or not our friend. The Magic don't really have anyone, it doesn't look like. No, besides Antoine Harvey. The Mavericks, see Lenny Durango go up to an 83. Luka's a 99 now after a finals loss, and they did not draft anyone or have anyone. The Nets, let's see, Bill Chungus goes up to an 83. Mike Trout, recently drafted, is also an 83. And that's all. If you got drafted but don't see your name on a team right now, it means that they did not pick up your recently signed option. But I think everyone found their way onto an NBA team, so you don't have to worry about free agency too much. The Nuggets, see Dylan Brennan can't go up to an 84 overall. Donkey Teeth is a 79, recently drafted, and Antoine Harvey progressing a little bit. Pacers, see Josh Frankel, who I believe was the leading scorer among all rookies last year. He's up to an 88 overall. Inside scoring gets a big upgrade, as well as his defense and IQ. It is going to be a nice season for the Pacers next year, led by Josh Frankel. What did he average last year? He did not win Rookie of the Year, but he did average 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, and he looks to be like a superstar in the future. Do they have anyone else? Just a couple Antoine Harveys. The Pelicans, Zion goes up to 93. Dick Vitale to an 84. COLLACHIA recently drafted an 82. and then Antoine Harvey. The Pistons see Aiden Barry, who was an early draft pick from last year, one of the better scorers and more efficient scorers, go up to an 87. Good looks for the 21-year-old. John Malski drafted as an 83. And Felipe Lopez, a 77. The Raptors see Jeremy Frank go up to an 84 with all the shooting stats going up. Nice to see. Abe Bryan drafted as a 79 overall. And that's it for Toronto. The Rockets see drafted player Daniel KRUSCHKE at an 81 overall. Cam Erickson goes up to an 80. And that's it. Yeah, like I said, if you don't see your name here, you got released and will probably with another team this upcoming season. What team is this? This is a... Wait, what? Oh, this is the Spurs, who now have Kawhi Leonard back on the team. Kyle Hood, who won Rookie of the Year last year, I believe, is an 85 overall. Zach Lyons, an 83 overall. This is going to be a really good team. Also with DeMarcus Cousins on the team. Rookie Dylan Newkirk, and that's all. The Suns see Chris Colangelo, one of the best sophomores, go up to an 87. Guts Grigsby is at a 79. The Thunder, Alan Lee goes up to an 85. Wally Huron is an 83. Rob Bacon is at an 80. And that's it. The Timberwolves see Mateo Flamio to an 84, Cam LeBlanc to a 21, or to an 82 at age 21. I apologize. And that is it. On the Trailblazers, Brant Plowman goes up to an 84. We have Swagglicious Triva rookie at 81 overall. And that is it for them. The Warriors have Ethan Rowley as their third best player, as an 85, who's just drafted. Michael Foster goes up 4 points to an 83. Henry Aaron at an 80. This is not a bad team whatsoever. Hunter Landsman up to a 78. And Alan Smelagic, is he one of our guys? Yeah, I don't remember putting him in here. Yeah, I guess so. I don't remember getting drafted. Huh. 76 overall. I just don't remember that name. The Wizards plop Keough goes up to an 88, seeing his numbers go up. He's going to be one of the best players for years to come as a power forward, but only averaged 7 points per game, but did average 10 boards. Saucy McGludgeon is an 80. This is a very good young team. And I believe that is it for them. The 76ers. P-Town is at an 82 right off the gate. Oh, Smelagic is a real player. He's not one of our friends. I couldn't tell because I saw his age and he kind of looked similar. Okay, good. I wasn't making anything up. And that is it for the Sixers. The Bucks drafted Jimothy McCree, 81 overall. Giannis goes up to a 99. Connor Turner is a 79 overall. Zapatero Nacho goes up to a 79 as well. Kanye Easton, 85 overall for the Bulls. Large Ev to an 84. Grant Engelman to an 84. Tyler Appleyard an 83 out of the gate. And that's it. The Cavaliers, Ethan Bragg's their best player, an 87 overall, going up 3 points. Brad Wick an 81 overall. I think that's it. They have a very young team. They only have one player over 30, and Kevin Love. Celtics see Nathan Melnikoff go up to an 84. Chao King Diamantopoulos at an 81. Kevin Polcipher at a 78. Dylan Philpott at a 78. A couple Antoine Harveys. The Clippers, a very bad team now. I guess they lost Paul George, and we know they lost Kawhi. They have Hoss Keegan at an 81. Chris Campbell at an 81. Yolmer Sanchez at an 80. And that is it. The Grizzlies, a very good young team. Not only do they have Ja and Jaren Jackson at age 21, they also have 87 overall Andy Callum, who was the #1 overall pick last year. And that's it for them. And we're back to the Hawks. So if you didn't see your player there, don't worry too much. You'll get picked up eventually, because I believe all of the rookies that were drafted did play or did make an NBA team by the season last year. We'll check again once we simulate a couple seasons in to see what everyone's team is. Heading to the Summer League, which we will watch. We will fill out automatically. The Summer League will be fun because most of the players in here will be one of our friends. And we'll sim to the end of the regular season. So here we go. I'll simulate, and we'll watch potentially the last game if it's close. It's kind of annoying because I control all the teams that I gotta do that. So if you don't know, the Summer League is with a bunch of young players. So I think most of the guys in here will be us. I don't know if they let third-year players play in this or not. So it is the Pistons versus the Celtics. Let's check out these teams. The Pistons have Jablonski, Felipe Lopez. Is he one of our friends? Mark Cross. A couple Harveys. A lot of Harveys, actually. Looks like the Harveys kind of fill out the roster. They beat the 76ers with P-Town. Ryan Brokoff, Zooks Gadsby, and that's it. They'll take on the 14 seed Celtics with Zhao King, Diamantopoulos, Colin Scott, yep, Kevin Polcipher, Philpott, Nathan Melnikoff, and Dylan O'Connor. They beat the Heat, who have Gianzo Field, Tanner Kyle, oh no, it's not our guy, and Dylan Hillerides. I think that's it. So I gotta go over to the Celtics here, and we will simulate with Simcast, and if it's close, jump in at the end of the game. And it doesn't appear like it'll be close. Celtics win the championship in a blowout. Colin Scott popping off with 24, 3 and 2 on 9 of 18 shooting. Melnikoff with 12, 5 and 5. Diamantopoulos 11, 9 and 2. Grant Williams, Kevin Polcipher 9, 9 and 2, and then some Antoine Harveys. Dylan Philpott 7, 8, 3 and 2. Dylan O'Connor 5 and 1. And for the Pistons, Felipe Lopez 13, 2 and 3. 13, 2 and 3. Jablonski 13, 4 and 4. And yeah, I think that's it. Which means that he's not going to say that. Oh, I got to go to social media. And the Summer League MVP was Sekoa Dumboya, which is not one of our players. I don't think I could view the Summer League stats, unfortunately. Is there a way to do that in stats? No, I don't think so. Unless you know a way to find that. I don't think so. Sorry. So I'll have to skip over the 2K Hoop something for now because I don't have the next draft class loaded in yet. But we will advance to the next season. And for now, we'll auto-generate, but we will fill those in with whoever wants to enter for the third draft. I don't know if we'll have a full draft class next time, but we'll see. So, so we'll sim until here, and then we'll check out some stats for the rookies to see where all of your guys are, and then we'll end the stream and come back tomorrow for the rest of the season. We're watching the Celtics right now. Celtics lose to the defending champion Hawks, and then give up 139 to the Trailblazers to drop to 2-2, and play the Thunder for their 5th game of the year. And they win that by 11. So we'll take a look right now at the Rookie report, which will have all of the guys on here. We'll go team by team. P-Town averaging 11 and 6. Shamari Pons is not one of our guys. Jimothy McCree. This is just in the season so far, so only a few games, but should give a solid idea of what you guys will be doing the rest of the year. 10.7 rebounds, 2 assists for McCree, and 6, 3, and 4 for Connor Turner. KANYE East averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Appleyard averaging 9, 4, and 2 assists. Gunderson hasn't gotten into a game yet. Brad Wick for the Cavs, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a couple of blocks. Diamantopoulos for Boston, averaging 8, 4, and 3. Philpott averaging 5, 3, and 1. Lavery averaging 3, 5, and a block. Yomer Sanchez and Haas Keegan both, and Campbell, all averaging upwards of 15 points per game for the Clippers, who do not have a good team this year. Also averaging a decent amount of rebounds, decent amount of assists. Wow. This is going to be an interesting squad. Yomer Sanchez, 62% from 3. Haas Keegan, 49%. And Campbell, 47%. This could be a team to watch in the future. We got a point guard, a power forward, and a small forward. Very interesting. Yeah, I'll check the league leaders after this. Grizzlies have Hap in the G League right now. Hawks have Big Moses averaging 4 points and 3 rebounds. The Heat have Sauce Boss averaging 8, 4, and 4. Hornets, Ryan White averaging 7, 4, and 4. Mika averaging 7. He's not one of our friends, just kidding. And Devin Fink is on the Hornets right now. Devin, there you are. Hasn't checked into a game yet this year. The Jazz have Huncho Ab averaging 10, 6, and 5. Interesting for a point guard. Could be a triple-double threat in the future. And James Laverty, the shot blocker from college, averaging 7 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and a pair of blocks. Pasalacqua on the Kings, averaging 10 and 5. KREPP averaging 8, 9, and 2. And a couple Harveys. The Knicks with DeMarco Johnson, who was drafted early, second overall, only averaging 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists on 35% shooting. And Cantrell checked into a game and scored 3 points. Thomas McKinney, 12, 5, and 3. Dylan O'Connor, 9, 5, and 2. And Margolis, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for the Lakers. Zach HEBER on the Magic, averaging 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. No one on the Mavericks. Mike Trout averaging 5.6 rebounds, a couple assists for the Nets. And Mark Cross hasn't checked in yet. Donkey Teeth averaging 11, 4, and 3. Nolan Teggy, who was actually drafted the year before, did not check into a game, but he is averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nice to see that he is working his way into some minutes for the Nuggets after not getting any last year. You can see he's 21 years old compared to the 20-year-old for Donkey Teeth. Bol is not one of our guys, but he is popping off right now for the Pacers, who are going to be very good this year. Pelicans have COLLACHIA averaging 9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. If that's not how you say it, let me know. Mike Young, Antoine Harvey. Mike Young's not our guy. Jabomowski, 8, 5, and 2 for the Pistons. And Felipe Lopez, 7, 4, and 3. For the Raptors, we have Abe Ryan averaging 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Another potential triple-double threat as he gets older as a shooting guard, as well as Poop Sauce averaging 9, 6, and 4. For the Rockets, we have Moten averaging 14, 8, and 3. KRUSCHKE averaging 8, 10, and 5 assists. Potentially another triple-double threat as a small forward, 3-point specialist. Spurs, we have Justin CLAW averaging 12, 6, and 2, shooting 80% from 3. Dylan Newkirk, 5, 4, and 3. Guts Grigsby averaging 8, 3, and 4. And Rick McLightning checked into a game and scored a couple points. The Thunder have a ton of rookies. They got Wally Huron averaging 10 and 12 and 5 assists. Bacon averaging 8 and 10. And Eastern averaging 7 and 4. Timberwolves have no one. The Trailblazers have Swagalicious Trav averaging 10, 4, and 6 as 3-point specialist. Ethan Rowley averaging 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. For the Warriors, Henry Aaron averaging 7 and 9. Saucy McLeod on the Wizards, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists per game. And that is it. And yeah, I think that's it. So BOLBO, it would suck if BOLBO wins Rookie of the Year this year, because then no one would get any money, but I would give it to the runner-up. Wally Huron and Rob Bacon, teammate duo, are tops in rebounds per game amongst rookies. Swaglicious Trev leads in dimes per game. Huron in steals per game. Laverty and KREPP in blocks per game. And Bacon turned the ball over a little bit. Justin Claw shooting 58% from the field, leading all rookies, and also 80% from 3, unless these guys have enough attempts to qualify. Although he is a 3-point specialist, so maybe. And then a bunch of guys are going to make all their free throws this year, or close to it. I'm going to check actually on Dick Mountain, because I did make him undersized his weight, but that shouldn't really matter for like any of his, for why he's on a team right now. But I'm going to add his weight back on there. So he is a free agent right now. Can I edit him? No, I can't, but I can go to free agents. So here are the free agents right now. Some decent players, honestly, because the guys are getting better. Is Jack McConnell? Yeah, Jack McConnell is one of our guys. Expecting $27 million per year. Maybe that's why you're not on a team, Jack. As well as Jack Dayton, Brandon Becker. Some of our guys getting phased out a little early here. Did I pass Dick Mountain here? The Great Wall. Pat Hederman. Dang. Kind of stinks to see all these guys, but let me check on. So here are all of our rookies: Mello Meadows, Pat Hederman, Bilbo Baggins, Marco Finocchi, Zooks Gadsby. There's Dick Mountain. Let me edit him real quick. Oh, it should be under his body. I must have forgotten to increase his weight when I created him. But there you go. 250 pounds. Keep the changes. So yeah, still 76 overall, and could potentially sign with the team soon. Josh Ezra, free agent. Bunch of Harveys. But yeah, these guys could sign with the team later on. And then some of our other guys from last draft, free agents: Jack Dayton, Brandon Becker, Jack McConnell, William Floyd, the Great Wall, Flosip Jones, Arnav Chauble, Papa Smurfy, Steven Swagger, Tony Walters, Derek Stewart, Steven Smith, Connor Barrett, Cade Childs. And that is all. It's because they're expecting too much money. I wonder if their expectations will be lowered. Like Jack Dayton's only 79, but expecting 27 million. Like if I go to negotiate, I can't enter that from here. Maybe not. They won't let me do that. But yeah, they will still progress unless they retire, and I'll try and override the retirements if I see any of these guys get retired, because they do have 92 potential and eventually get on teams. I'm gonna go to the league leaders now. That'd be under stats. League leaders: Trae Young, Curry, Embiid, Giannis, Ja. I wonder where the highest rookie is on here. I don't know. It's gonna be BOLBO. Oh, there's Tanner Kerr. And then rebounds per game: Janzo Field is second, one of our sophomores. Wally Huron, KRUSCHKE. I wonder where what's his name is. Kyle Hood led the NBA in rebounding last year, averaging 8. Oh wait, I'm on defensive rebounds. Sorry. Rebounds, Embiid leads. There's Janzo Field, Huron, Jeremy Frank at 11. Kyle Hood, who led last year, also at 11. What did he average last year? 13 a game. Assists per game, we see Lonzo Ball. TJ McConnell, interesting, averaging 6 points and 11 assists. Steals per game, none of our guys. Blocks per game, none of our guys. Or turnovers. So yeah, Guts Grigsby is the best 3-point shooter though in the league, followed by a few other of our rookies or sophomores. So yeah, that about does it for this stream. Tomorrow at the same time, will be the entire second season and playoffs, including the Rising Stars game, where we'll see a bunch of our guys get to play in a rookies versus sophomores game. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any suggestions for the future.